Hello, welcome to Cook With Me Gluten-Free. I'm Robin. I'm so glad you're here. If this is the first time you're joining, then welcome. Today I'm doing something totally different. I'm not making anything that we're going to eat. This is something that we can drink. Now, a lot of times when I make recipes, just regular recipes, I'm an almond milk, oat milk person. When I'm making coffee, oftentimes I'll use an oat milk creamer instead of a traditional dairy creamer. But I found that these oat milks, like Oatly, they have a lot of ingredients. Just looking at this, and this is supposed to be one of the cleaner oat milks. It says no dairy, no nuts, no gluten. It's vegan, of course. And the number of ingredients, if I just had to guess, is at least 9 ingredients. And this is the low-fat version. I'm assuming the other Oatlys probably have that many ingredients. And then, of course, I was on TikTok and I see all these people using these nut milk, soy milk, oat milk makers. And I thought, I need to buy one of these. I need to try it myself. So I always have fresh milk on hand that doesn't have all of these ingredients. Well, I bought one a couple of months ago and I've never used it. I'm outside of my return window, so I hope this thing works, but this is what I purchased. I fell victim to TikTok. And this is my my milk maker. I don't know if I'm going to call it my oat milk maker, because that's what I'm usually going to make. I might make almond milk with this and occasionally cashew milk, but for the most part, almond milk is kind of my jam. So we are going to utilize this beautiful milk maker and see what we've got. Now, it makes a lot of things. It says it can make juice, soy milk, nut milk, milkshake. It can boil water. Of course, oat milk and rice paste. And then it also has a clean function. By the way, this video is not sponsored at all. I bought this with my own money because I just want something cleaner to have on hand. So, yeah, we're going to try it out. Now, this came with a user manual, a couple of little great cleaning items. You can see, again, I've never used it. See, it's still in the plastic. These cleaning items and a little measuring cup. I'm not quite sure what that's for. I'm sure the manual will tell me. And then we'll switch over and take a look at everything that I'm going to use to make some oat milk that hopefully tastes delicious. This is going to be so interesting. I've got a couple of empty mason jars because I have no idea how much this is going to yield. So I've got a couple of jars just in case. I have a fine mesh strainer that I'm going to pour this through over the jars. I have about a half teaspoon of vanilla because I'm hoping that I want to give this like a little light vanilla taste. Vanilla is my favorite oat milk. According to the manual, they are looking for about, in quotes, about 60 grams of oats. I did weigh this. It came in just slightly over 60 grams, so which is just shy of a cup, a whole cup, as you can see. I just have some water here because I understand that I'm supposed to, I don't know if you can see this max fill line. It's right in here, but I'm supposed to measure the water in between the minimum and the maximum. I have no idea how much that is, so I'm going to go ahead and pour that in now and see if whatever I have put in my measuring cup will be between the minimum and the maximum. Oh wow, that was a pretty good guess. Okay, so that was 4 cups of water. And I'm going to add in my oats, about 60 grams. Now, I'm not sure if I should have added those first or last. We're going to find out. And then my half teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. That's all it is. Now, some people say to add a little bit of sea salt. So I'm going to grab my Himalayan salt shaker and I'm just going to do a little. That was it. That was it. Let's see. Okay. This has to line up. This little part here needs to line up with the handle and make sure that it's nice and secure. Then I've got the plug here. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Hopefully it works because, as I mentioned, I've not used it before. Okay, so I am going to select oat milk. It's lighting up on here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm at milkshake now, boil water, oat milk. It says 2 minutes. Oh my word. Okay. And it's starting. So let's see what happens. I'll be back. It just stopped. You can hear it. It's still beeping. So I'm going to press, nothing. I think I'm just going to open it up. All right. Let's see. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, I'm going to show it to you. I do see some oat particles. And by the way, the oats that I'm using are the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free rolled oats. Okay, let me unplug it so you can take a look at that milk that's in there. I mean, wow. I'm going to pour it into the measuring cup here through the strainer. Let's see what it's looking like. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Now I may have to stop periodically so that as it kind of strains out these particles. This is very, very interesting. All right, I'm gonna let this process happen. I'll pour this in, make sure that everything is well strained, and when I come back, I should have some really good strained oat milk, and I've got a glass so I can do a little taste test. It's official. We have oat milk. One thing I did is I wanted to test my mesh strainer just to see if it was doing a good job. So after I strained it, and I did three passes, meaning to get the entire batch strained one time in this size strainer, it took me 3 times, and I rinsed it out in between. And then I wanted to pass it through one more time, and this mesh strainer did a phenomenal job. When I found this, I specifically looked for fine mesh, like milk strainer or nut milk strainer. So it does a good job. So let's take a look at our mason jars. These are, 12-ounce mason jars. And I just want to pour this, and so you can see the consistency. I mean, it looks just like the oat milk that I buy. And it looks like I'm going to be able to fill up. Let's see, I want to leave some to pour in my cup for tasting. But just so you know how much it makes, here's my second mason jar. All right. And I have a little bit of residue, so I won't pour that last little bit that's in there because I can see some particles. But when I say particles, the particles are extremely fine. And it's a little bit warm. So, of course, this will remain in the refrigerator. I'm not sure how long it will last in the refrigerator, but it should last, a good amount of time. Okay. A little sprinkle of salt and a little vanilla. I'll be back to taste this. The moment of truth. I mean, it smells just like oat milk. It looks great. I don't know why I'm so nervous to taste it. I mean, it tastes like oat milk. I think I could go with a little salt next time. I think a little more vanilla. And I wonder how it would be with like a couple of drops of organic liquid stevia to make it more, but the consistency is absolutely amazing. You can even, I mean, look at that. That is, I mean, I'm so impressed. That's going to be great in my coffee. Yes, yes. Okay, again, this video is not sponsored. This is the, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Agria milk maker. It does have a clean cycle. I will put in the comments whether or not the clean cycle did what it was supposed to do if you happen to be interested in this. I did get it from TikTok Shop, so I'm sure you could go on TikTok Shop and find one very similar to this, if not the same one. But I think it did a good job, and I feel like the inside is pretty clean already. So I will do the clean cycle, and I'll read the manual to see if you add like a little drop of dish detergent or something like that. And again, I did use Bob Red Mill's gluten-free rolled oats, a little dollop of Himalayan pink sea salt, and a half teaspoon of vanilla. So when I make it again, like I said, I'm going to try to add some stevia. Hopefully, if you are a dairy-free person or you want to try dairy-free, this is a great option, and I think it would save a ton of money because you can just make it as you go. All right, thank you for joining me on another Cook With Me gluten-free. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if there's something that you want me to try or make, just let me know down below. Bye.